What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. This is Acer Studio. In today's tutorial, I'll be showing you how to retouch your raw images. So this boils down to the step, the process I do use in retouching my images, and how to find the problem and how to resolve the problem. So if you're a beginner, this lesson is for you. And also you can also learn some tips and tricks you can use in editing your images. So let's get started. First thing, let's notice what's wrong with the image. Now whenever you take a shot, it's either something is wrong with the exposure or just there's something is wrong with the color. Mostly that is where we focus our first step on, the color or the exposure. Now of course we know the image is dull, it's not looking lively, so we're going to bring life to the image, and also we're going to do the color correction or the color profile correction. So for us to do that, first of all, let's get the real color profile. So for us to do that, we're going to grab the hue and saturation. I don't like going to camera raw filter and using the white balance. Of course that would be a best process, but sorry, not hue and saturation, solid color adjustment layer. Okay, so just hit OK, turn it off, double click, and then click on the eyes. It's going to give you a cyan type of color, or which is arch. We can as well, okay, so let's just select this one, and then I'm going to take it up. Let's take it up and it's OK, turn it on, and then go to go to divide. I don't know what's wrong this evening. Okay, so now this is what we have from the divide tool, and you can just see immediately it brought out the image. It brought the image to life. You can increase or decrease the intensity of how you see it. So I'm going to leave it like this. I think I love the way it looks brighter. Okay, I'm going to bring it out. It's not too exposed. So you can see some places that just the difference in the skin color and the skin texture. It's just looking kind of rough. Okay, so but don't mind, we're going to fix that. Now let's fix the eyes. Let's make it white. So for us to do that one, I'm going to grab the photo filter, and then I'm going to choose the warm cooling filter one, and let's grab another one, black and white adjustment layer, and you can see if I tweak this one, it's going to change, but I want it to affect just the eyes alone. So you can see how it's affecting the iris. Just take note of the iris. So the yellow is actually affecting the iris, while the red is affecting the body. Okay, so I'm going to reset it, and then I'm going to invert the one and go to this place, invert this one. So this is the first step, which is the color or the white balance. I'm going to rename it white balance. So let's see how many steps we're going to be using. I'm going to group control click on this two, and then I'm going to group it together, and I'm going to name this one whitening. Yeah, let's just name it whitening, and then let's open it up and select the mask. Go ahead, select the brush tool, and we're going to paint on it like this, and it's going to make it whiter, so like this. But sometimes it's actually too much, so you just notice it's too much, too brighter and too white compared to our face, and that's because of this black one. Okay, but first of all, I wanted to adjust this white, so let's take it up to get more highlight on the iris. Now that we have that, we're going to decrease one at a time. So let's decrease. Let's start with the photo filter. Bring it down a bit till we have something. Yeah, take it up. Okay, so there. Let's take up bring this back a bit. Okay, so now we can do before and after. Let's increase this one a little bit, and so we have that. Okay, so that looks okay for me. For the whitening, you can decrease the fill again so as to make it look natural. I just want to make things look natural, so then let's leave it at 100. All right, so now we're going to do correction of the air. It's all over the place, so we're going to be fixing that. And that to crown everything is, as we're going to tidy up the air, we're going to be doing frequency separation, and in that frequency separation we're also going to tidy up the air. So that's what I want to explain to you. So everything will be done in one single process or step. So it's Control Shift Alternate E to create the stamp visible layer. I'm going to name this one image, and we're going to start the frequency separation. You all know how to do frequency separation, so I'm not going to go ahead and start explaining what to do. So I'm just going to do the frequency separation. I'm going to come back and show you what I did. Okay, I'm gonna name this texture and hit enter. So see you when I get back. Alright, so I'm done with the frequency separation. I'm gonna group it together, and let's see before and now after. Before and then after. So some things we need to do again. So we have whitening in frequency separation, and one more thing, let's do a little bit color correction, of which you will notice this, but I can see it. So grab the hue and saturation layer. Now if you check beneath this side, you can see, so I can see some green and yellow, and most especially you're going to see it. It's just a reflection of, I think, the air or something. And also all this side is kind of dark, so let's go ahead and pick the N2, and I'm going to click here. So we're going to be using 2. Let's start with this one. I'm going to select somewhere here, so it's going to pick the red, and let's increase. Let's zoom in if we have many, just a little bit, so we need some touch to touch so you can see it. So I'm just going to find how to get it. So take it up to something like this. I think we have selected it enough. Alright, so this one, we're going to be removing it from so many places, so just take note, the air, the eyes, we just want it on the skin. Okay, so I'm going to close it, and then I'm going to grab the brush tool, make it bigger, and let's clean it from the air. Use black as foreground color. Sorry, I'm not supposed to remove it from the neck, so I'm just going to clean it like this and do a quick one. I'm going to leave the top of her hair right there and leave it like this. Alright, so let's go back. So we selected red, right? Now you can see that it changes to yellow, so meaning it's now in the range of yellow. Let's make it 0, and what do we need to do? We need to change the hue. Let's take it back so you can see how it just changes the image. Yeah, it did change the image. So turn it on, it just changes something. Let me do it overboard. So I guess there looks good, and then we could increase the lightness so as to compensate for this dark cheek. Okay, so now that we have that, we can see before and then after. The yellow is gone. So now we are going to select the brush tool as well, and let's remove it from the eyes. I guess we selected the eyes then, so I'm going to remove it, and then I'm going to do it like this, so our eye is back. So one more step, we can go ahead and do some color grading. So let's do some color grading with the color balance, and I will go, let's start with the shadows, or let's start with the highlights and make things look a little bit yellow, or you can make it look bluish. I think the blue makes sense, so not too much, just 9. And then let's add in some magenta. Yeah, some magenta, and let's see some cyan. So now we can go to the shadows and make things look more dramatic by increasing the yellows, and let's see for the red. So just small. Okay, so this -7, I'm going to leave it like that. Let's go to the mid-tone, and we can increase the blues to +4, increase the green to +2. So just smaller changes. Red, I introduced red. Okay, let's remove the red, and now it's going to look like this. So let's see our before. So these are before, and then this is our after. Alright, it's looking it's not giving it the right skin tone I want, and I want it to look like this. So let's grab the vibrance, and then let's increase the vibrance to something like that. So I'm going to leave it like this. I think I like the way it looks natural to my face. So let's create a star invisible layer, and then I'm going to group. How many steps did we take? 1, 2, 3, and then we did some color grading. So all these, I'm going to name it color grading. So this color grading, hit enter. For this one, I'm going to name it frequency sep. So we made 4 steps, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to turn it off, and then I'm going to show you before and after. So this is before, and then this is after. This is before, and then this is after. So if you find the video very helpful, Let me see you like and make comments. If you're new to the channel, kindly subscribe. Once again, this is Asa. Thank you for staying tuned. See you next time.